Hello, my name is Mike Rands and I'm the Master of Darwin College here at the University of Cambridge. And May is my favourite time of the year, early May, especially because that's when swifts arrive here in the UK, and you can see them swirling above Darwin College and many other parts of the university. Swifts are an amazing bird. They spend almost all of their life on the wing, only landing when they come to nest here in nest boxes usually. They used to nest in buildings and even in cliffs and caves, but now nest sites are at a real shortage for them, and therefore one of the things that we are doing to try and recover the swift population is put nest boxes out on buildings around the university, including here at Darwin College. In the winter they are flying around in Africa, south of the Sahara, feeding on insects, and amazingly, on their migration, they travel 14,000 miles between here and Africa, traveling at very high speeds. They can cover 600 miles in one day. Absolutely amazing birds, and fantastic to see them back here now above Darwin College, and indeed beginning to breed in the nest boxes that we have here, and that you can also find, for example, in the David Attenborough Building, where there are cameras on the nest, so you can actually watch the birds laying their eggs, their chicks hatching. I'm particularly pleased this year because 3 years ago we put some nest boxes up here at Darwin, and we are playing tapes of the calls, which we know attracts the birds in, but it usually takes a year or two for them to establish a colony. And I think, touch wood, we have actually got this year birds nesting in one of our nest boxes for the first time. So we will watch this space with great excitement. So the common swift feeds on aerial insects, mainly flying insects, but remarkably quite a lot of those spiders that you see on threads in the air are also part of their diet, and they need and eat up to 20,000 insects a day. Extraordinary that's how they survive. And when they're drinking, they simply come dipping down to ponds or lakes or rivers, including the river here behind me, and scoop up the water. So they do not land at all except to breed. Unfortunately, swift populations in the UK and indeed around the world have declined significantly. We think it's about a 70% decline since 2015. And the main reason for that is probably a lack of nest sites, but also insect numbers have declined enormously, and that may have affected them, and I'm afraid climate change may have had an impact too. In order to address that problem across the UK, people are now putting in artificial nest sites. In some parts of the country, including in Scotland, it's actually now a legal requirement that when a new building is created, a swift box or a swift brick is put into the building. So that's providing artificial nest sites, but they work very well. Interestingly, they mate on the wing, so the only time they actually come to land is to nest, lay their eggs, have their chicks, etc. And once the chicks have fledged, they spend 3 years on the wing before they actually return to a nest site, which will probably be, usually, is very close to where they were born. Quite remarkable birds.